Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the EgoCast podcast with Josh, Dena,
Dene,
Ben, Lucas, and myself, Ron. Our first topic for the first segment will be what makes you angry, and we're gonna have a little discussion, or everybody gets to say their piece, and then we're gonna, at the end, have one of our normal free-for-alls. But I want to start it off. I'm going to say that...
Ron, what makes you angry?
Yeah, I want to say everything makes me fucking angry. I hate most everything the way it is now, but I think I found a way to just live outside it. Like, to me, like, most of the world itself is like... well, it's kind of screwed up. It's kind of a mess, but... in a way, like, people are just doing the best they can at the same time. So you kind of got to let everybody live and let live kind of thing. That's me.
Is it people?
Oh, that's people. It's always
like,
people.
what makes you angry? Is it the way people act?
Yeah, I think like today is
like people that lie, people that...
Oh, people that lie. All those things always...
Like when you're at your job, what do people do that are like, man, that makes me very angry?
I don't know.
What gets your blood boiling where you're like...
At work?
In general.
Like
when you see somebody at the store...
Let's say like when you're sitting at the... Let's say when you're sitting at the red light and it just turns green, you start to go, and the fucker in the right-hand lane decides to make a right on red just for no fucking reason because they can beat you.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, I wish it was Mad Max and I had machine guns so I could shoot this fucker dead.
There you go. That's what this
That's my kind of thing. It's like, just,
all right,
roll up in some fucking dune buggy with spinning shit on it that serves
we'll
no
get
purpose.
To me later.
All right, there.
But my question is,
serves no purpose.
One of my primary problems with what makes me mad is people.
Yeah, people.
With people, what is your thing that gets you the most mad about people?
I'm saying there's not one thing. That's it.
Just give me can you summarize a few things?
Okay.
That people say that get you really upset.
People who
are alive.
Well,
like the interaction between people? Is it the interaction between different...
I don't think it's the interaction. Well, I guess.
No, not necessarily.
Like there's that thing where you want to hate everybody when you first meet them, but then you're like, no, you can't do that because that's stupid.
You don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, so you let somebody, you get to know them. Sometimes you like them.
It's
sometimes
fair.
you're like, you know what I mean? Like you don't get along with them. So, hey, whatever. But like there's those people that also like...
What's your pet peeves, I guess, is like, what do they do that's like...
Besides
that gets on your nerves? Like, I'm not going to
get
get into mine because it's not my turn yet, but like, what do people do that gets on your nerves, makes you mad?
Besides wanting to cut you off in traffic, what do they do? Because
what
that's
makes
a
Ron
dick thing
mad?
to do. But
it's when you're going in a store and somebody starts to tell you about
their problems.
They're like, you're walking in the store and somebody's like, hey man, I just ran out of gas 14 miles down the road.
And they want money.
I just need $1 to get home. I'm like, fuck, dude, you walked this far. Fuck, home's got to be close. Or like you walk, like in the old days, there's this thing like where you'd walk out and some dude would stick his arm out the fucking window and pull back his sleeve and have 27 gold like chains and be like, look man, just need gas money. I'm like, it's lucky you had all that shit to sell. What, am I fucking retarded?
You're not retarded. You're a justified American man.
That's what I'm saying.
You have all the reason to be mad because
the hitchhikers are not prepared properly.
I agree. Like I said, we all have... This is a new and improved podcast. We have all equal time to talk and no interruptions.
And I was like, do they actually have a valid problem, or are they just trying to get money for meth?
For beer.
It's for meth. I mean, it's for
beer.
drugs.
It goes both ways. Sometimes they legit ran out of gas. Yeah. Sometimes they want to get fucked up. And if you don't have money to get fucked up, you're going to go do what
I would say, is there a chance like somebody had both problems? They're like, look, I need to get fucked up and I ran out of gas to my dealer. And like, I need $2 this time.
I'll be honest with you.
Okay. All right. So I guess that's that. We're going to pass it to Ben and let him.
All right.
Ben, what makes you angry?
All right. I get mad a lot at dumbass things, but I will say, working in retail for the last 7 to 10 years, I don't do math, but I'm the kind of guy that says, "Hey, how are you doing today?" Expecting to say, "Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?" That's the correct etiquette to that question, right? No. I say, "Hey, how are you doing today?" "Well, my daughter asked me for $100 today. I don't have that. And, I broke my toe walking into work today, and that sucks." Aggravating. Nobody gives a shit how you're doing today. You just ask that question, right?
That's what I always say when somebody, like, you're in the checkout line and somebody's always like,
"How are you today?"
They're like, "How are you today?" I'm like, "Horrible." And then they stop and I'm like, "Really?" I'm like,
I'm just kidding.
I was like, "Just
You're supposed to lie to me.
Right.
have real interaction with me for a minute."
Right. It's like, nobody gives a shit. But yet, every day I go into work, I say, "How are you doing today?" "Oh, I'm doing good. That's good. Glad to hear it." "Well, actually, though." Nobody cares about your actually, though.
And then you hold up the entire line with
Right.
30 people behind you.
Just bitching about your fucking life. I'm sorry that your life sucks.
Dude, the checkout line is the real source of rage anyway. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I think they're gone now. I think the last one finally died. But like those old ladies that like bust out the checkbook with fucking like
Oh, yeah.
3 carts full of shit on the conveyor. And
Right.
you're like,
She was born before Titanic sank, and she
Yeah.
has to write her check that she wants it back.
that's what I'm
Like, she wants it back.
Yeah, I think that's like how the first monster ever really happened. Like somebody was in a checkout line and then like got so insane they turned into a werewolf or the Hulk or some shit.
Right.
So like,
That's another thing. But talking about checkouts, the second thing that makes me angry are self-checkouts that are closed at a store. What the fuck? Why are self-checkouts closed at a store?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
It pisses
You
me off.
should be able to solve
I go in
checkouts.
because I'm
going to work to do your job.
Right. I hate eye contact. So I go into a store. Fuck yeah. We got self-checkout. I go in there, bring my shit out, get the fuck out.
Yep.
But all of a sudden they're closed now. So I have to go in, especially at Walmart at like midnight, I have to go stand behind
Or
18
Kroger.
fucking crackheads that are buying their fucking shit. All I want is a
And their
goddamn...
shit compiles of like
Right.
bed sheets.
The only people that show up at
Yeah.
Walmart after 10 p.m.
At
are
3 in
people
the
that are
morning.
fucking buying a shit ton of shit with
it's
their coupons.
like bed sheets or like
It's always a cartload.
bed skirts.
Always. And Walmart...
Bed spreads. It's like, did you have bed bugs coming into the shopping
It's like,
experience?
and Walmart
or
has
something?
like 1 billion employees all of the time. One order show open after 10 p.m. Don't give a
Yep.
shit. We have 2 separate rows of self-checkouts that require 1 employee. Fuck it, close that shit. 1 aisle.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yep.
But
That's
so
fair.
then I go back to electronics to check out, but people already figured that shit out, so they're back there now too. So all I want to do is buy this one like little fucking thing, and we got people. I want to buy a bread sheet. I want to buy a fucking scale. I want to buy this fucking everything that Walmart has to offer. They're fucking buying right the fuck now.
yeah.
And that's what the fuck.
And all you wanted was snow.
All I wanted.
Also, like the employees that when you like say you're looking for the instant potatoes or something like that, and you walk and go, "Hey, what aisle is your instant potatoes in?" And the guy or the girl's always like, "It's not my department."
Right.
Why the fuck are you over here?
They
Free
start
to
with
aisle 17,555.
right. They start with and then they point some dumbass direction.
Yep.
That way.
Or you ask that same question to the guy that's holding the box of instant potatoes,
Right.
and he acts like he doesn't know where they
It's
belong.
like somebody walked up and handed me these.
Right.
Like my boss asked me to bring these back and put them on the shelf. I'm lost too.
So to sum up, I hate retail life. I guess it comes down to.
I know. I worked at errands for a long time.
Oh, nice.
And like I had so many stories I could tell.
Fair enough. All right. So that being said, working in retail, working in loss prevention.
Besides work-related, what makes you angry about people?
Oh,
In general.
humans outside of the workplace.
Yes.
Is there
I
such
Oh,
thing
man,
outside
I
of the
can't
workplace?
wait till
I think-
it's my turn.
I think just their arrogance in general. Everybody feels like they're entitled to something all of the time. It's like, it doesn't matter where you go, whether you work in retail, whether you go to a retail store, whether you go to a restaurant, there's always somebody bitching about something.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I deserve this because I did this. Betty, shut the fuck up and go. Nobody cares about Betty or Susan or Bill or John. Shut the fuck up. You're not special. You weren't born as... Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Okay,
Everybody
that's
does
it.
think they're
Please
like,
take note
Right.
all the people with those names.
Betty and Joan.
It's
You
just...
guys can
Susan.
fuck off.
Wherever you
Susan,
go,
fuck off.
people feel entitled all of the time.
They do,
and,
that's
and
fair,
it's
yeah.
aggravating. It's like I go to a
like-
restaurant, there's always some old lady or not necessarily old. There's always somebody,
Somebody
just
that needs a
complaining.
specific something.
and it's like, bitch, nobody cares.
that is
Yeah.
bad. Nobody's ever satisfied. Like you would think it was just America. Like
It's everywhere.
I'm always like when I did it. Like I worked for the cable company and then I delivered furniture and like sometimes I had to repo it.
Nice.
So like I would be at somebody's house picking up their washer and dryer and they're just screaming at me and I'm like I'm just
Are
here
you
to pick
serious?
this up.
I'm just
They're
here, man.
screaming me.
Right.
Dude, one of my coworkers one time had to go repo from this trailer, and the guy sicked his dog on him, and it bit him in the scrotum and ripped it open.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
No, I'm not kidding. Like, that happened. I was like, and he came back, they're like, Eric's at the hospital. Oh, I shouldn't have said his name. If you're
First
listening,
thing is
Eric,
not the
There's plenty of
hospital.
Erics.
your balls
Yeah.
healed by now.
Lots of Erics. You have an Eric. We're fine.
well,
I
what's
get
there?
an Eric.
Anyway,
We're all
yeah,
got
no,
an
it was,
Eric.
but like, they were like, he's at the hospital. I'm like, what happened? I'm like, dog bit his balls. And they sent him for a drug test.
Are
I'm
you
like,
fucking
really? I was like, you're gonna be
serious?
high to get bit by a fucking dog?
That's ridiculous.
I was like, what's it
no.
gonna be like getting shot by one of these assholes?
Yeah.
Well, Ron got shot. Fuck, must have been doing crack.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Just for you, Ron.
What?
Danae,
Yes.
what makes you angry?
Traffic makes me angry. And it is because I take 3 highways to get to work on time. 3. And every single time I'm driving to work, somebody waits until the last fucking second to merge. The last second, you see the, hey, construction ahead signs, or hey, caution, please proceed carefully signs. But it's the people that drive Lexuses that, do you drive Lexus?
He
No,
makes
I
the
make the
radios for
radios.
Lexus.
I
Ugh.
like Lexus.
All right, listen to me right now.
Lucas
They're
is the
like-
reason they're ignoring you. Their
Okay.
radios.
They see the sign, but they're like, I'm in my $100,000 car.
They see the sign and they're like,
Whatever, I do what I want.
I do what
hooked
I
on
want.
phonics did not work for me, so I'm just gonna test this as far as I can go. And they want to cut everybody off at the last fucking second. And so all of a sudden in downtown Cincinnati, we've got a traffic jam, and all of a sudden now, depending on how long your brake lights are on, I may or may not be 20 minutes late for work.
Yeah.
Because you did not fucking prepare yourself for your commute.
And they also have that thing like when you're doing that and you're sitting in traffic and some asshole in a motorcycle is all of a sudden evil.
Yes!
And evil. He's like,
Yes!
you're like,
He's like,
I will say
you
one
want
thing.
somebody to open their door and kill him real
yeah,
quick?
it's like, oh, everybody's got that bumper sticker. Watch out for motorcycles.
What about the people?
Motorcycles need to watch out
Except
for
for
fucking
cars.
sedans.
I always-
What about the people on the interstate that jump out, cut you off, and then go so slow?
Oh, I don't want to talk about
They
that.
need to get killed.
I am
today.
on, again, 3
A few
highways.
things that bother me about driving.
Yes.
That
is one of them.
like yesterday, I was coming home,
Yep.
and this huge tractor that's like cuts cornfield or whatever.
It was a giant square.
But he cuts me off.
I hate tractors.
He cuts me off in a 55. I'm going 20, gaining on him.
Oh, she probably saw it on Snapchat. It was this
Yeah,
giant
you see-
square.
So Lucas put it on his Snapchat. But a huge tractor cut me off.
Yeah.
Which, but the speed I was going, it could have waited and just let
It
me
sure
go.
could have, yeah.
But it cut me. Not only did it pull out in front of me, it cut me off. And it was
so
go-
you have to,
it's a
you have
huge
to tap
thing.
your brakes. Like, you have to tap your brakes
Well, yeah.
to make room for the tractor.
That's not the
Yeah,
problem.
no.
My brakes are fine. But my problem is it's 55.
Yeah,
and I'm
and
going
they're doing
20.
You can't pass
So
them.
when
I
people
actually-
do,
It's not passing. So
it's
you
not
make
about
room.
me. This is about you. When
Yeah.
people do that to you on your way home, which probably makes you more irritated
It
because
sure
you're trying to
does.
get home, or
Yeah.
work. Which one makes you more irritated?
Work, because
You
I am
have to
held
be there on time.
accountable
Yes. Okay.
for a time
That's
clock.
fair.
If I have to clock in at said time and I am late.
Have you ever
Yep.
had some kind of retaliation to a person that cut you off, like flied by them and flipped them the bird?
Yeah.
She has.
Had some Pearl Jam song playing and fucking cussed them out?
Both, yes.
Okay. That's all we want. All right. I've
Yeah.
asked everybody else this.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah. People.
Can you give me 2 things that people do that make you angry?
Yeah. The first thing that human. Oh no, go ahead.
No, you're
do
good.
your follow up.
You're-
No, do your follow up.
I was just going to say that my whole thing's going to be about people.
Okay.
So that's why I'm leading all
wanna
of you
know, like,
into
what people do.
what I'm asking you guys is what I'm going to hit on, which is why I'm asking it.
Okay,
So it
no,
makes
that's
more
fair.
sense.
Like, people that make me mad are people that have no consideration for others. I focus on traffic because that's the most obvious display
It's fair.
of inconsideration.
Well, not only that, it's your life.
Yeah, and then you.
If
get
I
what's
jump
up.
out in front of Ron on the interstate
And he
hit my
dies.
brakes and Ron dies, it's like that's a That's not like people
And
take
then they'll
driving
act
as
like-
a joke.
But then they'll act like, oh, but who's to fault?
But another thing is
what's
like, how do you feel when you catch yourself doing that yourself? Like you're
Oh,
like when
yeah.
you're the
Like,
asshole in the situation. You're like,
I laugh it off and drive away.
I mean,
No,
like
no.
that's right.
I
Like
mean,
you always
like-
feel so
Ben, do you?
vindicated.
But
No.
when you're done with
yourself.
it, are you just like, man?
No, I feel shitty.
Okay,
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
there's-
That's all that
there's a
matters.
good
I was like,
fucking
that means we all have a soul.
Where I feel real bad, where I'm like,
yeah, I've done
did
shit
the
where I'm
thing.
like, man.
All right, what
I know
else?
people
I
that just
kinda-
drive and think the whole road belongs
Yeah.
to them. They're like, you see this asshole? I'm like, you
There's
were the
like-
asshole.
I always
4
say
weeks
whoops.
ago, I
Back when I
went
do
to
it.
4 weeks ago, I went to Cleveland, and I still feel bad about cutting somebody off because they were in my blind
It-
spot.
I mean, when you feel about it instantly, you do that.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like, oh fuck, I didn't see you, I didn't mean to, I didn't.
You know, the
my
guy on
bad.
the other side's always saying the same
Yeah.
shit what you say. You're always like,
Fuck you,
fuck you in your head,
Right.
asshole.
I
I'll kill
think,
you.
like, to answer to Josh's question though, real quick, is just the entitlement that we all feel. It's this: you owe me an apology, and I
Yeah.
deserve this.
Everybody feels
And-
that way behind the wheel.
Exactly.
Everybody.
And it, but
Including
like
ourselves.
in society, outside of just driving, that's how we feel about everything.
Can I give you a scenario?
Yeah, go.
I'm going to give you a real life scenario that actually happened, and you guys are both part of this. Me and Lucas had a disagreement.
Oh,
Oh.
Every day.
I remember.
No, we had a
Lucas.
pretty big disagreement
Yeah.
You
where.
broke up for a while, right?
Remember that? All right, me and
1
Lucas
month.
had a disagreement. Here's all I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Okay, it's very simple. Me and Lucas had a disagreement. It ended up in us not hanging out for a month or so,
Right.
as you guys know.
We
Best 4 weekends of my life.
Okay,
Jesus.
Best
this guy's
or
So-
the best.
I saw how miserable
what
you
it
both were.
when
He was there for it.
I'm gonna kind of
Personally.
spin it a little bit
Okay,
just to kind
go
of
ahead.
end your piece. When a really good friend of yours has a strong opinion opposite of what you think,
Yeah.
how do you deal with that? And does it make you? How angry does that make you?
Listen, all right. Let me jump in real quick before everybody else chimes in, because I have a friend that you identify as strongly with as you identify with Lucas.
Okay.
So I've got a bestie, and
Lucas
if
ain't my bestie.
this said bestie, not you, my friend, not you, my bestie, but this unmentioned bestie,
She's a female.
yeah, did not agree with the decision that I made
Probably me.
and gave me the silent treatment over said thing.
It was me.
Ben, quit being selfish. She's trying to talk.
No, it's true. But we would work through it. Like, her and I would set aside the time and we would discuss it.
No,
and we
not
would...
enough girl time or whatever.
No, it's not just about that. I mean, it was a bigger thing. It was
She
just...
didn't like me.
Listen, no, hush. It was an overall, are you going to be safe and are you going to be sorry? And
Probably.
Isn't that
because...
the shit though?
She'll be sorry.
I mean, but because of the direction the conversation went into, I was nervous, but ultimately I knew and I trusted her that we were going to come to the same conclusion, which is that you trust me to make the decisions that I make and I trust you to make the decision that you make, and we still love each other anyways. But we're still fucking best friends, and that's what it ends up.
Are you guys still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Every day. I mean, we talk every day. We hang out once a week. She is my best fucking friend.
All right.
100%.
We're going to transition to what makes me mad, but I have one more question for you.
No, go ahead. Sure.
Do you believe in love?
Yeah.
Okay. Next, Ron, introduce me.
I gotta introduce you, and then I already do that.
I want Ron to introduce me because he's the money in this.
All right.
All right.
So
Money.
Let's go.
you guys owe each other a coat. So welcome again, I guess. I'm gonna introduce to you the guy who
closer.
paid for everything in this room.
That's not true. I paid for a lot of this stuff.
70% of the stuff in this room.
I paid nothing.
I have zero.
All right.
Lucas
so
bought a
what,
mic
what,
and a mic stand he's taking home to play guitar.
All right, there it is.
Anyway.
Yeah.
The one, the only Josh DeBoard.
what makes me mad? I got to
That we
make
know
it
of.
quick because there's
Huh?
tons of things.
It's gonna be a
Go
lot
ahead,
of
man.
things.
No, you're fine.
I'm going to hit
Hot women, big boobs. No,
Benjamin.
Wait, what are we talking about?
I'm going
They
to.
grab my
Please don't
attention.
make you mad.
All right, so since we're at kind of a time restraint,
Not
I'm going
underage
to,
girls.
I'm going to name the things that make me angry, and I'm going to elaborate on a couple of them.
Okay.
Okay? I hate being ignored.
Ignore.
I hate feeling that when I
You
say
guys hear
something, somebody's not listening.
Do you mind if I address that real fast? Just real quick.
Yeah, go
Like,
ahead.
there is actually a scientific study that states
You're your
if
sibling,
you
right?
now hush. If you feel ignored, it is just as equivalent to feeling physical pain. Nobody likes feeling ignored.
I don't know if it's that bad.
It's painful. No, it is. It's your
It
body
sucks.
can react to it. That's what it is.
Fake people and liars.
Yep, no, nobody does that.
I love fake people.
I hate it when people criticize me and have no idea what is going on in my life, period. They're like, oh, you should be perfect. My life's much worse. It's like, hold on. Go ahead, Ron. Go ahead.
I was going to say, like, that kind of being ignored is the same thing as they were talking about. Like, kind of goes together. Like, when when your significant other's family doesn't like you or somebody doesn't like you, you have to be...
I don't get angry when they don't like me.
Really?
I get angry when they don't like me for a stupid reason. Like, he loves Taylor Swift. I hate him. It's like, that's a stupid reason to hate. Listen, you like stuff that I don't like.
Yeah.
Ben likes stuff that I don't like. Danae
Tom
likes stuff that I don't like. Lucas likes stuff that I like. But I don't hate you guys for it. I feel you shouldn't be judged off what people like.
I know.
It's how they are. Right, let me
I
get
like when they don't like you for some reason, like maybe because you're banging their daughter or some shit.
I'm going to get a little more personal
Okay.
on these other couple. Okay. I get angry when my own expectations aren't met.
Oh, that's
Like when I plan something out, like this podcast, I wanted to have it in a room,
Yeah.
foam walls where the sound sounds good.
Yeah.
I'd be very upset if that failed.
Okay.
When I go out to save a certain amount of money and I fail that because I'm spend money on dumb stuff like that. When I'm threatened,
What do you mean by threatened?
Yeah. Extrapolate on that.
I'm a grown man now. I'm not in middle school or high
Sure,
school.
yeah, yeah.
Like when people are like, "You do this, I'll beat you up." It's like, dude, I'll
So,
hit
but,
you with
like,
my
what
car.
are you-
I already
but
have one
really
dent
fast.
in it.
Like, what are you doing that you're receiving these threats? Like, what is that?
I can't really talk about it because it's work related, and we're not allowed to talk about
Oh,
that.
okay.
But
All right.
Fair
like,
enough.
But when
you
aggression
could
is
probably
what you're
assume
delivering.
what that means.
So how do
Okay.
you react to that?
I ignore
Yeah.
it.
You ignore it.
I try to ignore it.
That's the best
Ron
thing to
can
do.
vouch for me
Yeah.
for that because he's worked with me for a couple years now. I just kind of ignore it, and people at my work are just kind of like,
See, I just bury people, and that happens to me.
well, dude, it's like work's work, right?
Yeah, no, that's fair, yeah.
Ron, I want you to get on this because you can vouch for this. Lucas probably can also. I think I'm very good at separating work from personal life.
Yeah.
'Cause I am a whole different
There's a lot
person
of
at work.
there's a lot of people that we from work that we
They don't. They have
Yeah,
trouble
man.
balancing that.
or they just don't like somebody or just an asshole for whatever reason.
Here's the main thing that makes me angry.
But I think I helped you with that a lot because you're always like, I won't fire that person. I'm like, hey, let's see how they actually are before.
All right, so podcast people,
Yes.
you guys probably,
We're here.
if people that are listening for the first time, you have no idea what I'm going to talk about. But if you've listened to Prostate Massage, you've
Uh-huh.
heard What is Love Part 1
My lord.
and
Worst
2.
name ever.
Okay.
The most irritating thing that somebody, they can't cut me off in traffic, wreck my car, sleep with my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make me as mad as this. When you're in a relationship with a person, I'm kind of going back to I Hate Love Part 1. I don't want you to complain about the person you're with to me. And then I get on Facebook or Snapchat or some kind of social media, and you guys are making out at the pool,
Yeah,
and you
that's
love
for
each
real.
other.
Yeah. No, that's
Be
solid.
real.
I got a
That's
question.
solid.
I have to question you about that.
I don't
Fair.
think I do.
Go
I
ahead.
think that's for real.
Let him question me.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
Ben,
like-
go ahead.
I mean, you're gonna complain. Okay.
Yes, you're
Everybody-
going to complain.
Okay.
My issue is it's complaining to a length to where I hate this person. I
Yep.
want to be with them.
It's
But
complaining
then they're
to...
like, but in 2 days later, I've had people this year,
Yep.
it's June, that are married now.
Yep.
And they were complaining to me about this same
Do you hear this?
thing.
I need you to hear this because let me just comment real fast.
If you're not in,
You're
get
not
out.
in. Yeah.
how many
because
lives do you have?
Ultimately, exactly. If
Nice,
you...
my cat.
If you listen to Meaning of Life, self-promoting
No,
the
but
podcast again,
listen.
do it make
Yeah, no, but
agree
let
with
me
that.
let me just comment before he does. If you are the reciprocant of I'm not happy in my marriage, blah 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 blah. It is you're a male and I'm a female,
Right.
but it is a female looking outside of her relationship. To
What
have-
does a female do in that situation? Do they say something?
Listen, no. Listen,
They
need-
never say anything.
They don't. Let me
Should
talk.
they?
But listen.
You're supposed to just suck that information out through osmosis.
Listen.
Let her
no.
talk, let her talk.
Hang on.
She's gonna give us the
You're not
perspective.
the husband, right? She's got a husband that she's taking these pictures with and posting on social media.
This is a different topic now. Now we're
No.
talking about-
Don't
But
get personal.
listen.
I don't know that
His
husband.
point was that he receives this information from married and otherwise taken women. So let me piggyback from the woman's perspective.
All right.
These women are looking outside of their relationships for validation. So you are providing them, if you acknowledge this behavior, with this, I have the picture perfect marriage and picture perfect life. And I can take these Facebook pictures and Snapchat photos because ultimately you are validating my existence and my feelings and my behavior. That's what that is. That's exactly what that is. So females look outside of themselves, not for a physical connection, but for an emotional connection through social media. That's it.
Valid point.
I think it's that mixed with a whole lot of Disney princess.
Yes,
I think
it does.
everybody wants to look like they're like something special.
You know what
like,
I think it honestly is?
Snowflake Syndrome.
Yes, snowflakes.
I mean, I can just speak for me. You guys tell me if you disagree or not. I think a lot of the issue with being in relationships nowadays is it's not cool to be in a relationship and not sleep with other people. Let me elaborate on that a little bit.
Yeah.
I have a handful of friends that are in serious relationships. And what makes me upset is, refer back to I Hate Love 1, 2, Meaning of Life. I've said this before. I'm not Ryan Gosling, but I'm not DJ Khaled either. I'm somewhere. I'm not.
Well, you certainly don't look like.
Well, I mean, you don't look at me and like barf, okay? But like a lot.
I do, but
listen.
All you do
These
is win,
girls,
though, right? You win, right?
Listen, there's a bunch of girls that I know that are with people that don't treat them the way they should be treated.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, if I was with that girl, it'd be completely different kind of thing. And that's irritating. The most irritating thing is, my whole thing is you live life one time. You got to maximize it because if you don't, you're just going to live with regret. I have a bunch of regret now. That's what makes me angry. I didn't continue to play football. I didn't go and take a scholarship for baseball. I never know how I could have made it. That makes me angry. I have a lot of questions. I had a scholarship offer for baseball at Indiana, and I did not. I turned it down.
Why would the fuck would you turn that down?
Because I was an
This is the
idiot.
first I'm learning of this.
And
What?
I thought doing things with friends was more important at that time.
Fucking idiot.
I was a very good baseball player.
People are the first
That
things
makes
that'll
me.
betray you.
This is what this podcast is about.
All right, man. Sure.
There's plenty of women out there. Women, shout out. You're getting played.
Yeah.
Come to Josh and get laid.
Whoa.
Oh.
No,
Wait,
and all
Joshua.
listen, it was a joke.
Joshua.
In all
Fuck's
listen,
sake.
in all seriousness,
This took
Joshua.
in all
a turn.
seriousness, women, if you're unhappy, men, if you're unhappy, life is very short. I see a couple right here that is apparently very happy.
Me and Ron.
Be happy.
I don't think
Yeah,
she
Luke
should.
and Ron.
Yeah.
Just,
Luke and Ron.
just
We're
be
smoking
happy. Maximize
Fuck
your
Lucas.
life.
I mean, can I talk
Yeah.
about what you just said for a minute? All right, what you said, talk about couples, whatever. I feel like technology these days had made people feel like Tinder and all these
Swipe
other
right.
dating bullshit sites. It makes you, well, I have
You
this.
think it makes it harder?
But I think it makes you that obsessed that I could have more.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
my girlfriend, she's this, but I could get on Tinder.
I could be tapping that,
and
yeah. Okay.
and fuck her and then fuck her. So I feel like it's just people. It's an obsession thing. It's if you're not necessarily happy or satisfied, it's just you feel like you could have more, which is something I feel like a lot of people
Do you think
have.
that is fair?
I think people.
What
are,
do you think is
I think
fair?
people are stupid.
What do you mean by do you think it's fair?
All right, let's go. I don't want to go hypothetical on you guys. You guys are actually in a really good relationship. Let's just say I'm dating this girl.
Okay.
I care a lot about her.
First
Like
mistake.
I care.
First mistake.
Well, people that don't know me, I don't care about nothing. But I actually care about her. Okay,
Okay.
She's gonna suck your soul.
and she's nice, does everything you'd want in a girlfriend, but I'm always looking for more.
Yeah.
And that's a problem.
And
I
she
think.
did nothing wrong.
Well, and that's not.
And you flip it. Let's say I'm with a girl and I do everything above her expectation. But she's like, man, I could do something more. Does that make you wrong or bad? And does that not make it more difficult? Like, as a single man, I'm 27. I'm not even looking because I know it's not even a valid thing to do now.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Like I think that like a lot of times when you do everything for your, I'm not sure how that
Aren't
is
you
for
supposed to
women.
make them happy or try to give
No.
and take or whatever?
I mean, like yes and no. I think like if you try too hard and do too much for them,
Yeah, then they're
then
overwhelmed.
you're nothing but like a you're a magic
What
grab
would
bag
you
of
say
whatever
you
they
need?
want.
Zombie.
What would, not to kind of switch the topic to love, but we'll go a little bit of that because that's kind of where we're in right now. What would you say would be the good balance between man and woman in a relationship?
I think that you both like whatever. I've never been in a person that's like, I'm not going to do the dishes because that's woman's work because it's stupid.
Well, I agree.
Like, I
Arguing
don't
over
think
the
at the
dishes.
same time, if you're doing whatever, then like she should be like, well, I don't do this, and this, but you're the man, so make sure you bring home this, and this. I'm like, no, fuck you. Get your ass out and get
Is
a
there a
job,
point-
or both bring home whatever.
I'll ask all of us here. Lucas, I need you to get involved here as well. This is the guys in the room. Lucas, Ben, and Ron. Is there certain things that are being asked to you guys during relationships that you guys just know you have? It's just relied on you to bring by default.
No, honestly, when it comes to relationships, I feel like it's a 50-50. It's 2017. It's 50-50.
But is there
Yes,
certain
it is.
things
No.
in the relationship
Listen,
that
no,
are required
no.
for you to do?
Listen,
She has a job, I
no,
have a job.
We both
That, no,
work.
that's fair. But
Yeah,
like,
that's the way it
Hey,
should
wait,
be.
wait.
No,
Let me just
the
ask
table
let me ask
breaks.
one question. Let
Okay.
me ask one question. Besides Ben and I,
Mm-hmm.
is anybody else in a relationship?
Lucas is 10 years.
Lucas is 10 years, but she lives where?
Well, I'm not gonna. No.
Like, let me
Arkansas.
I'm just saying, like, let's listen to me and Ben for a second. Like,
I can never do anything right.
We have
Yeah.
a really good divide and conquer, though, I think.
I think it's when it comes to to be a successful relationship. It's seriously, in my opinion, it's
Yeah.
50-50.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like, oh, I'm the man, so I'm gonna bring him to the house and she's gonna do the fucking dishes and that's
Exactly,
it. No,
no.
it's if you eat that shit, you put that shit in the dishwasher. If I eat that
Yeah.
shit, put that shit in the dishwasher.
All right,
Yep.
listen.
We're gonna pay 50-50 on the
All right,
rent. We're gonna pay
all right, what's
50-50. It's 50-50.
I got a legit question.
Sure.
It hits personal to me pretty hard because I've tried multiple
Now,
times.
go ahead, man. What's up?
What do you do when you do everything that everybody thinks you should do and it still doesn't work?
Well, and
I
that's,
do what you're telling me to do.
You don't, though.
I do what
No.
you're telling me to do.
No.
I do
And
what Lucas.
What do you mean by that aspect? Like,
Yeah.
when we tell you to do something and you do it and it doesn't work out, what
It's
what do you
not
mean by
directly
that?
like, oh, Ben said and I do everything Ben
And
says.
that's the
It's as
problem.
far as, listen, like I date a girl,
Yeah.
you care about her feelings, you listen to all her crap.
Some of them
Not
work
to
out,
be
man.
disrespectful by crap, but like all that girl wore that dress and it made her like all that crap.
Sometimes there's
What do
something
you
to say.
do when
You just
it never
listen, like
pans out?
Ben
Like
and
you do, I don't. Like I said, I apologize for making it about love again.
No, you don't have to apologize. But Ben and I
you
didn't
try
have,
so many different things. Like
I think the whole concept is ridiculous.
I think
Yeah.
love, dude.
Well, I
love
I
is
think like the
dead.
love
like,
is
but
just
no,
a
no,
non-issue
whoa,
now.
whoa, whoa.
It's not
It's
dead
not
or
dead.
ridiculous.
All right.
Ben and I, wait, let me just say
Let me
one
clarify
thing.
before
Let me
you
say
go.
one
One
thing.
th-
All right, fine. Go
Love's
you go.
dead to me. I
Okay.
don't speak
I'm
for
saying
the
that's
group.
fine.
It's
For
not
me-
to either of you.
For
But,
me,
but listen,
it's dead.
Can I just make one point?
I can't tell
Please, as the only female in the room, make one point. Ben did not try to prove anything to anybody, and I didn't try to prove anything
That's
to
how it should
anybody
be,
else.
though.
But listen, it just fucking happened that way.
But that's not how it works
No, but
now.
it is because we met and then years later it happened. So it's just about timing and it's about kismet and the whole other nine. No, but like we really did make it work because we were that devoted to each
Like,
other as individuals.
I
and
don't
that's
feel
it.
like there's one person meant for
Yeah.
one person. If you don't meet, then you're fucked. I
Do
feel
you
like,
believe in love at first sight? Like
No.
you,
not
all right.
necessarily.
Lucas,
Yeah.
do you believe in love at first sight?
It could happen, but
Well, you walk down the hallway and you see a girl and you're like, I love her. You believe in that?
I think that's lust.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ron,
that's very much.
Ron,
But
do you
I-
believe in love at first sight?
Yes, but it's very different than what
Okay.
it's like. You believe in love at first sight, like people believe in Santa Claus or some shit like that.
Yeah,
Like,
or
mean,
the actual
happens.
thing that it isn't really what it is. It's something else. It's,
But
it's
there
a-
are cases where somebody sees somebody, I'm gonna marry that person, and they get married. That's happened.
Yeah, but to me, like I think you see that person that it's based on physical attraction.
Wait, well, you have to be attracted to your person. If you're not attracted to your fucking person, then it's not gonna work
Yeah,
out.
sometimes I think people somehow start talking, and then like that's more of what the love at first sight is. It's like you guys, the two people meet, and the conversation comes, and the connection comes from that, and it's like just a good spark that you have, and then like you build from that.
Well, yeah. So I
I
mean,
mean, like-
that's depending on your definition, I guess. But doing that. That's love at first sight. I saw you. I love you. I saw you. I think you're attractive. We're gonna talk, and we're gonna get together, and that happens.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't happen for everybody. Like I'm sure there are plenty of girls that I've met, plenty of girls that you've met, and plenty of guys that
All
she's
right.
met.
Everybody, I hate
Yes.
to interrupt. I hate to change the subject of what it was originally was. We're going to end the What Makes You Angry podcast, and we're going to
We
come
done
back
forgot
to
what
you.
we're talking about.
We kind of went off topic a little bit,
We
which
did.
is fine. It's a
That's right.
podcast. We're going to do What Is Love Part 3.
Okay.
Oh shit.
We're going to kind of hit on more of the topics we're talking about now because we kind of went that topic, and no matter what happens, it seems like we're going that direction. So in 5, 4, 3, 2...